Hey everybody, this is Kristin Shaw with Airport Improvement Magazine, and I'm here with Todd Rushing with Sherwin Industries. How are you, Todd?
I am very well. Thank you for having us on today. It's a real pleasure to be with you.
I'm glad you're here. The first thing I'd like to ask you is, how long have you been with Sherwin?
I have been with Sherwin Industries and the Airport Runway Support Division now for about 14 years.
Okay, you've probably seen a lot of changes, but not so much as Sherwin has had because Sherwin's been around since 1938. Is that right?
That's right. That's right. Sherwin has been around for a few minutes. Founded there in the mid 30s, and it's come a long way. It's a family business. It's in the many generations of family, and started out as an asphalt company, an asphalt manufacturing plant, which still operates today. And in addition, operates a seal coating plant, true to its roots. Um, the crux of our business is still pavement maintenance for the most part. And we supply customers with asphalt and seal coat. And because of our presence in the market, we are also the US's largest distributor for Craftco products, which is a premier product line in the industry for pavement maintenance materials and machinery. But fast forward to some 25 years ago, the Airport Runway Support Division was formed within Sherwin Industries because, amazingly enough, somebody came and said, there sure is a lot of pavement at airports. So they began calling on airports more and more, and that developed this whole new opportunity for sales at airports, and then the beginning of the whole new line of airport products that we now carry.
That makes a lot of sense. I would like to know more about how Sherwin Industries started in terms of technology and the techniques that they've used, and what has become, some of the newer techniques and technology that you're using now.
Sure. So some of the first technology that we've used in the airport runway support division was really our premier product, and continues to be our premier product, with the lighted runway closure marker, the big X at the end of the runway. We were among the first that came to market with that. And as many things did, it was conversations and backroom corners and offices at various different meetings and at FAA headquarters, and was really a life-saving tool that came about at airports to warn pilots as a visual indicator that runways were closed. Along with that, the pavement maintenance products still reign king and supreme. We offer a lot of ancillary products because of our footprint in the market with airports. Most of those dealing with construction, whether it be low profile barricades, things of that nature, portable lighting. We also offer FOD, debris collection mats, especially use in every day, but during construction operations is very key.
Tell me more about the FOD collection mats, because I know that that is an ongoing problem for airports, or a challenge really, to collect FOD and make sure that it's not going to cause any problems on the runway. Tell me about some of your methods.
So our method is currently with a friction mat. It's called the FogBoss. It's a mat that is towed behind really any vehicle. Can be a standard duty operations or maintenance type pickup truck. It can be an electric vehicle for those airports wishing to go green. And as the mat is drug across the surface, it picks up the debris, everything from glass beads to paint chips to rocks to concrete spall areas, and retains those in a mesh compartment on that sweeper. And the beauty of the FogBoss is there's really no maintenance to it. It's not something that takes gas and oil, doesn't have to require the constant maintenance of bristles and replacements. And it's something that can be used by airport operations personnel when they do their daily self-inspection checklist. You just put it behind the vehicle, go, and not only are you doing your safety inspections, but you're also doing a pod sweep. It's kind of the 2-for-1 deal.
Currently, what kind of trends are you seeing in runway and, all the kinds of things that you do? What's new and current?
So a couple of new things that we are seeing, especially with our premier product, the runway closure marker, is moving into LED lighting and energy savings. And we have come to market with a new unit that's been out on the market for a little over a year now that utilizes LED technology and an on-demand generator. So bulbs are lasting lots and lots longer. Fuel consumption is way down. The unit actually runs on batteries, and then the batteries are charged up by an on-demand generator. We're seeing about triple the runtime on a third of the amount of fuel. So those are exciting things. And airport projects don't generally last 1 or 2 days. They last 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. So those savings are incremental and can be huge over the long term of a project. I think some of the other ingenious and ingenuity of our team and working with some of the other partners that we have in the market. One of those is with Graco. Now, Graco makes a line of airport line stripers, and we are a premier distributor for them for the airport market. And it's all about fluid movement. So what we have come up with in order to move fluid, as we see in this 2020 market, is the movement of disinfectant chemicals. So we now have the ability with handheld, battery operated, corded, or even hopper style machines that dispense fluids to disinfect at airports, whether that's at TSA checkpoints, that's at counters, that's in operations buildings, that's in conference rooms, that's in multi-use vehicles as cruise ship changes happen. So I think that's probably one of the things we're really excited about, and utilizing some technology that's been around that continues to be updated, but using it for a need that we really have right now is the disinfection of combat COVID-19.
How has COVID-19 changed your business, if at all?
It's had a fairly negative impact on business in the grand scheme of things. The airport market and spending is somewhat down. Everyone can see the trends that, for a while we were only at 25 to 35% of capacity. And also, although funds were available, those funds were kept very close to the chest to pay things like payroll and electricity and things of that nature. However, there have been some forward-thinking people and some projects that had already been on the books that they've decided to go ahead and use the opportunity to move forward and make some changes and do some updates at their airports. So I think that the ball is moving, and as with any good snowball, it gains traction and it gets bigger, and that's what we're hoping for, and looking for good things to come really out of this.
What kind of questions do airports ask you that keep you challenged?
I guess the biggest challenge I have is what's new. That's probably the number one. Everybody wants to find out what's going on. What does this airport have that I don't have? What would give me a leg up? And that's always a great question to get, because the wide variety of products that Sherwin has, it may be something with our friction testing market. It may be something with our line stripers. It may be something with runway closure markers or friction mats that we can meet the challenges of these airports. And the challenges are ever changing. Things that happened in 2000 were different than in 2005, and certainly different today in 2021. So it's always fun to bring new things to market. And that's one thing we're always looking for is to bring new things to market and share best practices with folks and keep that ball moving.
Can you give me an example of a project that you worked on maybe in the last year or so that was really interesting, or that might be a good lesson for other airports to learn?
So one of the great success stories of this last year, and it involves education and communication. And I think two things that are paramount with Sherwin and the way we do business is through educating our customers and training and communicating with them. Had an airport that was struggling with RCAM because it's still fairly new in the market, and how the friction testing results they were getting were relating to RCAM, and it just really wasn't clicking. So I was able to spend time with the airport and actually do some hands-on field study work with those folks, and be able to come to some tips and tricks and training that able to help them really master that process and feel comfortable with it. And it's always good when you come away from something like that, knowing that everybody in the whole game has really benefited from it.
How about a couple shout outs? Is there anyone in the industry, airports or other vendors that you work with, that you think are doing a great job, and why?
Well, I'm very partial to the Northeast chapter of the AAAE and the Snow Symposium. I've served as the vendor chairman now for over 10 years. So a big shout out to those guys. I think they're trying to do everything in the industry they can right now to support the industry at a congressional level, and then also at a member level, just creating new and unique opportunities for airports to grow and shine during this time. I think that's a great organization, and very, very deserving of merit.
And hopefully in 2021, we'll be able to all see each other at one of those events.
That would be great. I'm looking to fill the calendar up for 2021, get back, even if we do have to have a mask on. But there are some positive things going on in the market. The email box nearly every day is filling up with different things and possibilities for 21. So it's exciting times. It's been a break, and some may consider it a good break to get back to focus on things that we need to focus on and slow down and smell the roses. But 2021 is going to be exciting, and I'm ready for it.
I think at the events, we need to have masks that have our names right on them, so you know who it is.
There you go.
Marketing opportunity.
Marketing opportunity, or it will be there'll be a vendor logo on there. So there'll be something. We'll all be working for XYZ company because that'll be on our mask.
All right. Is there anything else that you'd like our viewers to know about Sherwin?
I think at the end of the day, one thing that I really want to stress about Sherwin Industries, and hopefully everyone would come to understand, is the way we do business, and it's almost a friends first, customers relationship second. The amount of time we've been in business and it being a family-owned business, those things are very valuable and important to us. And we want to continue to develop those relationships and continue to develop educational opportunities and training opportunities where we can make this industry better for all of us.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for spending time with us today, Todd, and thanks to Sherwin. And I hope you have a great 2021.
You as well. Thank you for the time.